That's right, you read it in the title, Dropout Students. Before we go deeper into this issue, I would like to ask you, what is exactly a dropout student? Well, a dropout student is a student who withdraws before completing a course of instructions. Or we could also understand the word dropout student as students who withdraws from high school. Now that we have known what is a dropout student, we need to know the reasons why the number of dropout students increases. Well, one of the reasons is the financial problem. Beyond any other signal, this is perhaps the primary predictor of student attrition. These financial problems are mainly due to a caregiver, either the student or a guardian, losing their jobs, which adds a psychological stress to a financial predicament. The second reason is because the student is not sure or convinced with the major. Any college teacher sees two trends here. Either the major failed to meet the student's expectation, or the major wasn't the student's first choice. When asked about their major, a common phrase that freshmen and sophomore students tell teachers when they introduce themselves at the beginning of the year is, "I am undecided." The third reason for the increase of dropout students is because of increasingly failing courses. This is not about failing one class or two. Students feel overwhelmed when repeating foundation courses the following semester or year become a trend rather than an episode. To the overwhelming amount of piled-up work, students feel stressed and demotivated for a series of additional reasons. First, they feel that they are not up to the job ahead. The second is they struggle with paying up for an extra year of school. It could also because they have strong feelings about their peers advancing ahead of them. They also face a sense of hopelessness, and they also may feel that they're like the major is not suited for them. So, how do we solve this issue? Well, first of all, since there is a problem of financial, one of the most common solution is attaining financial aid. Financial aid helps students and their families pay for college by covering higher education expenses such as tuition and fees, room and board, books and supplies, and transportation. There are several types of financial aid. These include grants, scholarship, work-study, and federal or private loans. Different types of aid are provided through various sources such as federal and state agencies, colleges, high schools, foundations, and corporations, to name a few. The amount of aid a student receives depends on federal, state, and institutional guidelines. Another solution for the problems of dropout students, which is one of the causes, is because of they don't enjoy the subject or course that they are studying. We need to solve this by a change of mindset. A change of mindset will be necessary to overcome this problem. You need to be able to see the bigger picture and how that problem subject fits into it. For a start, you don't want a bad grade that you will have to explain. You will need good marks across the board if you are to get into the top universities. Keeping this longer-term goal in mind may help, but more immediate inspiration may be found from contemplating why we study this subject. It's on the curriculum for a reason, so think about what the skills are that you learn from these subjects that can be usefully be applied elsewhere, even if the actual knowledge itself may not be relevant to your career aims. Thinking about the importance of studying the subject and of a good general knowledge may help you spur you on. If you dislike the subject because you feel you're not very good at it, perhaps a bad grade has put you off. The answer may lie in becoming more confident in the subject. You could devote a bit more time to getting better at it, and you might find that you start enjoying it more. The last solution is for the problem that you are facing bad grades, or maybe, for instance, experiencing low motivation. You need to, by taking specific steps towards overcoming these possible causes, putting together an action plan for tackling how motivation also means figuring out what motivates you. For example, is it the satisfaction of completing a task? Good comments from teachers? Being perceived as successful by your peers or parents? Short-term rewards, such as chocolate bars after a study session? or the best one, which is the long-term success. By that I mean top grades and a place at your university of choice. When you know what's behind your low motivation and you've worked out what will spur you on to achieve, you will be in a better position to tackle your problem head on. And the most important common solution that you need to do is seek help. Seek help from teachers or maybe counselors. Seek motivation from your parents. Remember your family, and out of everything, the most important one is to always remember God, as God will help you, inshallah.